Yeah, I think it's important to note that the Democrats spent between July 22nd and Election Day for the presidency. Democrats spent 1.37 billion, so almost 1.4 billion on political ads for Kamala Harris, and Republicans only spent 914 million. So you
Well,
have
guys, come on.
almost like a 50% increase in the spending for the Democrats. So to me, that shows you can't buy love. And I think the idea that Biden, you know, he should have. I agree, and I know you were saying this years ago that Biden should not run.
No, I spent part of a show giving him an implored plea to please not run.
No, you were right, but I also think that Harris and the entire Biden White House and the media, I mean, you touched on it, they bear culpability for they dug their own grave because they kept denying what conservatives were saying.
And she wouldn't even come clean when they asked her about, well, when did you realize that Biden's capabilities were fading?
Yeah, no, and I saw it in 2020.
We're different people or whatever. So I look, again, Carrie, I love you, but sometimes I can't even get you to even criticize anything about Trump. But in this case, I'm being very honest about it. And there are certainly a lot of things that the Democrats should have done better. And most importantly, had a true primary and gotten the best possible candidate. Because I think there are a lot of candidates that could have done better. I think Harris, once again, given that she was tossed into a very hard situation, I think she exceeded expectations. I think she cleaned his clock in the debate. I think she had a good convention speech. But in the end, she didn't differentiate herself. And that was her only chance. And once that happened, then it was over. She was the incumbent. And it was a done deal and nothing else. But I think this election also shows that a lot of the old fashioned rules about politics, like, a good ground game really means a lot. And spending money on ads, all this stuff. Yeah, it can help around the edges. And same thing, Josh Shapiro, maybe she wins Pennsylvania, maybe she doesn't, but it was a bad choice. Tim Walz didn't add anything, but in this case, I think, again, the only thing that could have saved her was if she had not been the incumbent, and that became very evident, unfortunately, that was not going to be the case. So, well, I think we will have to leave it there. But once again, another incredibly healthy debate. And obviously, for those on both sides, I wish our now 47th president well, and I hope that he will respect the constitutional boundaries. And I would love nothing more than a year from now for us to be sitting around and you saying, "Oh, Dave, you overreacted. It hasn't been that bad. See, yeah, he's talked. His bark was worse than his bite. And please, please, please let me be wrong." Sadly, I don't think I'm going to be. And we haven't even gotten into the tariffs and all this destructive stuff. And the reason the bond markets, even though stock market is going up, the bond market's going up too, because interest rates are going to be higher because inflation is going to be higher. But anyway, we'll have to see. It's the voters have made a decision, and I respect that decision, and I wish him well, and I hope for the best, but I'm preparing for the worst. I'll give you the final word.
Well, I heard a great phrase, which is whether you belong to the left wing or the right wing, we're part of the same bird, the American eagle. And at the end of the day, we are human beings first. There's more about us in common than the political differences. So I'm hoping that any Democrat who's disappointed or anybody who voted for Harris, that they'll be able to, on both sides, we'll be able to humanize each other and move forward as a country and lower the temperature in terms of polarization. And I'm hoping for the best too. I'm hoping for good policy. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. And your lips to God's ears next year. We'll find out, Dave.
We will keep our fingers crossed. So in any case, on that note, thanks again for joining us, folks. It's always great to have you on Practically Political. Until next time, I'm Dave Spencer.
I'm Carrie Sheffield. See you guys soon.